So, you remember how I told you guys I wanted us to have a chat about sleepovers?
Yeah.
You know, I've just been following this story of this babe, Scarlett Wahu, Pastor Kanyari's sister, who was viciously murdered in an Airbnb.
Wait, she's Pastor Kanyari's sister?
Bro.
Yeah.
How did I miss that part? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
It's me.
So, I'm just like, so anyway, Pastor Kanyari actually chapped the whole story of how it happened. She had just moved from the States, allegedly. She was looking for love. And then she met this guy and whatever happened, we still don't know. Everything is speculation. So I'm just going to say allegedly.
And by the time you guys are seeing this, probably there'll be new information. So yeah.
But what I found very interesting is that there were a lot of girls who came out from the woodwork saying, hey, this guy,
the same guy.
And even apparently now, this is a
other
thing.
Guys.
So this is what happens. That's why I'm asking you. Me, what I want to know from you guys, like, let's have a chat about, because sleepovers are, for me, they're a no-no, right?
Yeah. But now break down that story for me, bro. Again, me, clueless, just all I saw is someone who was...
You know how, like, you meet somebody, then you guys, you
like
meet the
DMs,
person, and then, like, now Carrie tells you, yo, come through, let's meet, right?
Yeah.
And then, meet. Let's meet.
So we don't know if it was for the first time or...
No, it's the first time.
So they get an Airbnb in
I'm like, that bikini pic, I need to go and like
or
see.
whatever Airbnb. So these girls are saying that when you get there, they've been tumang for you rooms to hook you up. Just polite. Then finally you get to the Airbnb. And then, allegedly, guys. And then that's where now they twanga you and do all sorts of things. And then they tell you now, clear gunpoint, I'm a kisu point. Call your people, tell them to give you money right now. And they've taken even videos of you naked.
My
bad
God.
things. So now they turn now, they ask, Tafta pesa, letter, we want 100,000.
Stop it.
I've stopped, yo.
Okay, I didn't know it was that serious. That's so scary.
It's crazy. So when I'm telling you, like, because look, this was an extreme case, right?
It's quite extreme.
But what I found interesting is there were girls coming out of the woodwork saying this happened to me.
It's also happened to them.
Even after you've gotten away, you've managed to give this guy, or maybe you've escaped.
Yeah.
Who are you going to tell? Because the person has a video of you.
Imagine.
And they're saying the moment you shtaki them, they're releasing the video.
What was also worrying and annoying as well is like those girls who came out to actually say this guy did this and this and this. They actually had gone to report like to police stations and say like they were assaulted by such and by this guy and this is what happened. And the cops did not really do anything allegedly to actually go and apprehend the guy. So up until right now, it's ficad a point where a life is lost. Now that's when like action has been taken. Like it's
but
quite
you see,
annoying.
when you look, even when you're having, like, a wife has been raped by her husband, which even as I say that, there's a lot of people going like,
you're like, what do you mean?
What do you mean,
You guys don't know that. There's not even rape.
It's actually not even recognized in the law.
Imagine.
Yeah, so they're trying to like amend it nicely because
and it's not only here, even Maju.
Yeah,
they don't recognize
so now,
it.
If you see a situation like that where a cops, even if you are raped, right, and by a stranger, and you're even like,
Imagine,
right? Now here's a scenario where you consented to go with this person, right? By all accounts, you are even the one saying, the things I'm going to do to you,
bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine.
You've even collected some cash there. So to the cop who already has a bias about some of these things, what do you think he's going or she's going to tell you? Anakwambia mumeargue na mtu sasa unataka kumleta kwa police station.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine so me, I don't even want to even get to that place. Like, what do I do when I meet this guy and he extorts me? Me, I want to know, how do we stay safe on sleepovers? Because I know babes are doing these things. Like, even as, not this Airbnb, which is sponsored by a very lovely host, right? This one is a clean one, guys.
Yeah.
This one here, guys, come to pray.
On their
Families
knees.
and podcasts and cool stuff.
The best.
But watu wakikwambia vitu zenye watu wanafanya kwa Airbnb.
I feel like the first rule should be don't go to an Airbnb for a first date. Is that like too...
No, it doesn't. Yeah. It could not be the first date because most people, someone who'd want to steal from you, con you, or basically just get something from you, they obviously like lure you in. They lure you in for you to actually like trust the person to a point where you're like, you know what? Yeah, it's 3 a.m. I'm going to like go to where you're going. So,
listen, I don't care whether it's
midday.
AM?
I'm going home.
Like,
man.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
And you know, like, even when I was in campus, this was like, even in high school, because I started partying when we were in high school, right? We were in day school. You knew, like, I'm broke, bitch. Like,
Exactly.
Because kids would ask, where the hell would you get the money? Listen, rule number 1, don't eat lunch. Don't eat lunch. Be taking lifts from your friends' parents, right? Yeah. So you can save your chums. So you can have taxi going, taxi back,
bus,
and a soda.
Tosha.
Yeah. If someone wants to buy you something, great. But
make sure you have money to get back home.
Because the biggest challenge is, what if I get stranded? Right? And your parents have taught you over and over again, like, find yourself, you know, like my parents caused until now, they were just like, whatever, just take a taxi.
You know it doesn't matter where you are, what you've done, just take a taxi.
Now you have, in that same breath, like when I was in uni, I'd see people, like, they're stranded. In my head, I'm like,
how you stranded?
And then the way they're stranded, like in out of town.
Exactly. And back then, because again, there were no Ubers, I think we had to plan out our nights better.
Exactly.
You know, you'd find like 10 people have slept in like a bed sitter. And you have no choice. But it's someone's house that, you know, you're not going to like a random stranger's house. Because you'll be like, we're over here at Todd's. Nani is around. We'll go sleep at her place. And then in the morning, you guys all go home. So I don't know if it's because there were no Ubers and we had to plan ourselves. Bro, there's a time when in a bed sitter and there was people in the kitchen. Like, someone put a mattress in the kitchen.
Sleep.
And guys slept. Because like, why are you going at 3 a.m. and you don't have money for a taxi? You can't take a matatu.
I've had someone sleep in my bathtub.
You see?
Like with a mattress and with a pillow.
Yeah, the house was full completely. You know, like, we lined the bathtub with a duvet. Gave him another duvet to funika himself, work a pillow. And Katero was fine.
Slept in my, like, I had a house party and I had 3 housemates. And because it was a 4-bedroom apartment, actually that apartment was so legendary. Shout out to one person is, don't mention them. One person is an MCA. 2 of them are top event guys. Famous people in this country.
Not gonna say nothing. Sorry.
And then when we left that house, a boy band of 4 moved in.
No.
They took over.
I know that place.
Story. Anyway, so one Christmas, I remember I threw a party. And so everybody was sleeping everywhere. So they slept in one of my roommates' house and room. I just remember the guy came to me. He's like, yo, my bed is broken. I just like, what? These people slept like 7 of them on this bed.
Oh my God.
Eat angukas. Anyway, so I get that. Like sleepovers, that's how sleepovers used to happen. Although I was so against sleepovers. Like for me, I think even just, were your parents those ones who would allow you to go sleep in people's houses?
Absolutely not.
I had select friends that it was okay for me to like go sleep at their houses because they would come as well to sleep at my place. And it's mainly because not only were we friends, but our moms were also like girlfriends.
So us used to lie we're at each other's houses. We used to lie we're at each other's houses, but one of us, because we were like a group of like 5, one of us always had like a guy's place that we could go and sleep, even though we're not, you know, we're not all seeing him or none of us are doing anything. There was always like a safe place that we could always go if it gets to that time.
Ours is called Thongs Court.
Yeah. We always had like
nothing to do with thongs. It was just like the song came out and us guys were just like, and everybody was talking about thongs.
So you're like, Thongs Court.
So we're just like, listen, we wear thongs.
Yeah, but not me. My friends always had a safe ride home because I never used to drink. So I was always designated driver. Like if worse comes to us, Joyce is driving us home. And I was so lucky they all lived around South B, Langata. Like we're all around each other. So dropping them home was not a problem. Back then, 1,000 full tank.
Exactly. There, okay, I don't know about 1,000. Hey, if I say the price now, guys will think it's ancient.
You do remember Toyota one? Let me tell you,
I'm talking about a Datsun. Like, let me tell you, like, you remember Hilton? There used to be cabs that used to park at Hilton, right? Apo to Nini, at Hilton too. We call taxi Apo inje. Then, we've met, like, let's say we're meeting in Tao, right? That's where, like, we're all heading out maybe to Westie or to whatever. So we met there, then we're like, let's take a taxi. So we've met with some other guys who've decided to enter. This is a Datsun, guys. You know those ones that had the
car.
No, not the hunch. It's it's like this at the back.
Yeah,
it's a tiny car.
Okay.
But it's a four door. Guys have entered there like 8 peeps. Guys have fikad westi. Even before the car has stopped, everybody has shook.
They were all going to the same.
Ule mwenye anapata. Huyo ndio analipa kila kitu. Can you imagine?
And that friend who had a pickup.
That time it's like 500, Bo. You know, and like we all have the troops. But guys,
fun times.
You know, you're like, guys, we're paying. You're going to pay it.
So I think I would say, like in this modern day agencies, you guys have it hard, man.
Do they though? They have Ubers at their disposal.
Yeah, but you see now,
that's
thinking they have like such easy access to such things, they don't plan ahead like us, you know? They're like, wow, we'll see how the night goes. So if you're going to be, I would say if you are this, what was her name? Wahoo babe, and you are going to a certain area for an Airbnb, just make sure you have a friend close by. If you feel something is off, you can be like, hey, I have to go. Like, don't just go and because this guy already knows you're stranded there. You know, like if worst comes to us, if you walk into the room and you're like, hey, these vibes are off, where are you going to go?
But you know what? Like I feel like it's a different kind of sleepover, because like what we have just been describing is like you're in a group of friends, the house is full, you know, so like whatever is happening in the room, like there's so many people who are accountable to it. So they will not let something like that to happen. But
a lot of still even in that space, a lot of terrible things used to happen. It just took an isolated incident in a room. And that person wouldn't speak about it. Maybe even they've been raped, and then they come to tell you now, like 5 years
later. True.
But you're right. The one we're talking about is where you've met somebody. Because you remember we even talking about the DMs. Like how do you successfully
get out of the DMs?
Now
from being strangers.
Now you meet, right? Me, I don't know where you guys get the confidence to say, I'm going to sleep over at this person's house. Or I'm going to... Because, I mean, you're not going to have sex standing on the side of the road. Standing. That was an actual word.
I remember. Please. You have to say standing. Yes, you know.
Not standing.
Standing. Intonation.
Hey, this podcast. in a dig deep into memories that can be forgotten. So now you've met this person. Where are you taking this person? And even for guys, I know you're thinking, for ladies, it must be very scary. But even for guys.
It is scary. Like, even for myself, like, I find it very hard meeting a stranger and then, like, getting to that point, because first things first, I don't want to be boot roast where you find yourself
I love that song.
Like, you remember what unfortunately happened to him. So like it's something scary where you have to get to a point for you to trust someone. So for me, unless you know someone that I know and like I really like I'm close to that. Like, let's say you tell me there's this babe friend of yours, like kind of digs your vibe. Would you like to go on a date with her?
Stop forcing me to tell you about that. I'm not going to do that.
And then
are you gonna do that for me? Okay, thank you.
No, but hey,
and it's just mimi unasema mimi sifai.
I got you. No, listen, we're all together. This is our year. This is our year.
All together. I'll be undone.
So that people who don't have this context. Whenever you're ready.
So like I have to find someone like who I've got someone that would be kind of accountable.
Like a reference.
So that at least, because you could actually to some extent vouch for someone. I know it's hard for you to know somebody's behaviors like throughout, but you can actually say, she's a nice baby.
If you've like known them long enough, you'll be like,
fantastic.
Vouch for them.
Are you guys done with the bullshit?
What do you mean?
Because guys, let's be real. And that's what I'm saying. This is a real concern, right? How many dates do you need to go with somebody for you to know this person is safe? For me to even be in close quarters. Because it starts with you're getting hot and heated in text messages. The next thing, you are looking for a close quarter to be with this person, right? So that you can do naughty things, right? But then what you don't know is that this person is a serial killer, or this person is a Mchele, or this person is a, and I like what you've said. You said reference, right? Usually, First, I hate references. Can I just be honest? Why? Even job references. Why? Because people lie. People are not honest about who these people are. People love to oversell someone. So like if you ask someone, hey, tell me about Kwambo. She's a dope babe. I mean, she's easy vibes. Nini. Nobody's going to tell you she's a bit psychotic, you know. And I wouldn't like, you know. Like,
do not recommend.
Exactly. But then, when I steal from you, or you've had a couple of incidents with me, is when now when you're going to tell Joyce, she'll be like, yeah, you know, even there was someone else who was mentioning this. It's like,
you should have told me earlier.
I asked you. It's because if I am Joyce's, like for example, Joyce is my peeps. You've seen her with me, and then I recommend her. You know, there's a difference between vouching,
and recommending,
and saying I know her, right? Vouching is that when I can tell you I know this babe
exactly,
and 99% of the time, the people you're asking about,
you don't know them like that.
Yeah. So you're like, yo, what do you think of this? You know, like someone hollers at me and asks me, yo, this guy, what do you think? I think you've even asked me about someone.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? Did I give you
You're like, I don't know them like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and say, I know this person. Yeah. Even if I've known them for 10 years.
Yeah.
How much
we don't know each other like that.
Right?
Yeah.
But most people are not honest about that. They're like, that he's a cool guy. You know, what they love shots. I'm like, when I'm being young, what do you think shots is the quality I was looking for?
Yeah.
I was looking for, okay, he's kind of weird. I've never seen him with a babe.
Yeah.
Right? Like, go deep and... So people are not honest with their references, right?
That's true.
So you have to be logical enough to know that she can't, unless she can say, I've lived with this guy, you know, I know his habits, I know his tendencies, I know his behavior. Most of the time, you're not meeting the person who knows this person.
That's true.
You meet the person who knows them after some shit has gone down.
That's true.
Right? And the extreme is what Scarlett experienced. And now people are coming out to the woodworks and saying, oh, this happened to me as well. Right? So how do we navigate these streets, knowing that there are people like this guy who are just out here?
It's hard, and you saying that has got me thinking, because even in that Starlet Storo.
It's called Starlet, yes.
Yeah, it's Starlet. In Starlet Storo, I got to see the CCTV footage of this guy walking out of the apartment building.
Really?
Yeah, and you could actually see, like, the footage wasn't clear, but you could actually see that whoever was encountering with him, like the lift doors inside the lift, walking out to the gate, there was something off about him, because he had a towel on him, and probably, I'm assuming, like, this guy probably, because after the whole scuffle and what the police have reported, he was injured as well. Yeah. So he was probably, he had some blood on him, maybe. And what got me wondering is, how comes, like, the neighbors or people who lived in that place, like, did not feel that something is off, you know? Like, lift doors open, someone is walking out, they're bloody, and you actually just let them pita and go through the gate without alerting security, trying to find out, like, what's up, where is this person from, up until Starlet went missing for quite a while, and then now that's when
you're coming to say,
he walked out looking like this. So I think most of the times also getting to depend on other people is hard.
Guys, I'm telling you.
It's also the society that we're in now. You know, like back in the day, if someone like stopped you on the side of the road, you'd stop and carry them. These days, I can't trust anyone after all these stories that I've had. So me, if I see someone in the lift with, like, looking weird, I would like
I'm calling the cops. What you talking about?
Fine, yes, call the cops. But I'm gonna mind my own damn business. You don't wanna make eye contact with this person. You know, like, I'm trying to avoid you seeing me seeing you. I'm gonna probably going to call the police or, like, tell the watching, but, like, I don't want you to, like, I could be next. Like, that's the society you've gotten to. Like, where those ones for, I can't trust anyone, even people with good intentions. I can't trust you.
Cops don't do nothing. There's one time I had a lady scream in the middle of the night off my balcony, and she was saying utaniua, something like that, and she's shouting and screaming. You know, I couldn't trace and tell where that is coming from, because one, it wasn't my apartment, so it was probably somewhere around Kile. So I picked up the phone and I called the cops.
What?
I said, I've had a lady screaming, utaniua. It's probably Mandera Road. Now I'm giving my nini. It's probably like I named like 3 roads.
The environs,
Do you know the reaction from that police? Ati umesema uko wapi?
Guy.
Okay, sawa. And then they hung up.
Guy.
Like, it's like those no more details.
Because Carrie, you're watching. So now
cops don't help.
In your mind, you're thinking at now the cop will be copro. There's
a disturbance. There's a disturbance in Kilimani.
Now they're looking for the guy. What are you talking?
So now, if the cops don't help, if people are not helping, would you say like there's something just wrong with all of us? Because picture this in Tao, this is something that you get to see that I've seen only in Nairobi. Mombasa, this doesn't happen. Where if you get like mugged, someone steals your phone, CBD Nairobi, like
we'll watch.
Yeah, we'll just watch it happen. After it's gone, amekuibia nini?
Exactly.
Pole.
Yeah.
Costo, that shit doesn't happen.
Really?
Like you scream muizi, like everybody will try and rugby tackle that person.
Yeah.
You get your phone back and they actually punish him in front of mob justice, which is not good.
Yeah.
But at least there's that level of community where people like tend to look out for each other. So I don't know, is it something wrong with us?
Let me tell you, I feel, and I agree with you, but if you talk to, have you been living in Coast recently? Because Coast, Mombasa, these kids have been turning the place havoc. You can be robbed by a 9-year-old saying, bring your shit, bitch. Yeah.
But
No, for real. I used to have listeners call me and they're just like, consider COVID time. They just woke up and said robbing everybody knife point, right? They have real knife problems going down there. But Nairobi used to be like that. And if you go to some estates, like if you even jaribu kuiba Kibra. I mean, nasema.
Yeah, there's some places.
Just try.
Try.
No, I'm telling you, just go and try. Right? Dinner you'll be having with John, the Baptist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because these guys don't fuck around.
They do not.
Right?
Yeah.
Kama ni kuiba ndo wibe? Uko Kilimani, Gong Road, right? The mob justice is like alive and well.
Yeah.
Why don't Kenyans help out another Kenyan in times of distress? How many times have you seen mtu anasema mwizi, and then now you're going to help and then they say you are the thief?
Imagine.
Yeah, that has happened to my cousin.
Ama pia unaibiwa.
That has happened to my cousin.
Accomplice?
Someone stole my chain. We were stepping out of the club. Rafiki's Kitambo. Stepping out of the club, trying to get to the Moti. You know that car stage there for petrol station dish?
Yeah.
Someone grabbed my chain and ran. So my cousin saw it and saw him, ran after him. This guy just circled around the Matatu and came back because now people were screaming Muizi, and then they flipped it on my cousin.
Saying
they
that he's the thief. You see,
saying he's the thief, started beating him up. It was the bouncers that actually stopped that because
God.
Because we tried, and now when you're trying to stop it, like you are just adding more people into the crowd. People, they beat him up like he was badly injured.
Oh no, and like sometimes for your own safety, like just don't get involved because.
But obviously after Iponad, like we started dissing him how like he was shaved here with like a patch and whatnot.
Trying to save your goddamn chain.
Kuna headache.
Yeah, like sometimes when you get involved, it becomes even more dangerous. Because I have a friend of mine who the Oktoberfest too, Oktoberfest totally bill. I wouldn't lie, but he was stolen for his car. Apo inje the usual place. So he saw the guy get on Anduthi. And he saw the number plate. And there was a car behind him. He was like, hey, pia mimi nimeiona, ingia, we go. They actually chased this Nduthi guy and the thief all the way to Kondani. These sides of, what is it called?
It's Nini Wanye.
No, past Wanye, those sides. They chased them. So my friend, he got out of the car because he's a guy for like the hood, so he can fight. He was like, yeah, let's go. So the minute this thief shukad, there was like a bunch of other Nduthis that just appeared out of nowhere with thieves. So what do? You can't fight all of those people.
Thank you.
He left the phone. But he was saying if it was one-on-one, he would have beat this guy.
Yeah, it's usually that. But then there's always like just idlers. Because there's no day where I've had muizi and I'm like, what? Show us that. Never. Right?
Yeah, so sometimes it gets dangerous getting involved. I won't lie to you.
And it's so bad. How to be turned, to the story of turning around like that this is the thief. This is the thief. So that Superman, Spider-Man.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
But then the saddest story I ever had was of this guy. He's a pilot. I don't know I know that he's no longer flying. well, at that time, he got into a fight trying to help a girl who was being attacked. No. And no, actually, that's a different story. This one I'm telling you about is a musician. He saw a couple fighting, right? Of course, what the right thing to do?
Yeah, like
stop it. Yeah.
So he goes into the process, he's trying to separate them. They both turn against him. And then the guy breaks the chupa and slices him open across the face.
Oh my God.
The guy is called Scar. Most appropriate scar I've ever seen. Every other time someone is saying, no, this one is actually has a scar across his face like this. He's a dancehall artist. And so if you ask Scar, would you help when you see someone?
Absolutely not.
No, he says he would.
Still.
Yes. But this other story of this guy, he's a pilot and he was trying to help. And similar story, this babe is the one now who cut him on the face. Like, but now he was not across, it was somewhere like here. You know, he died on the table, like the operating table. He was just a good guy. He was trying to idea. He was sliced open, you know?
My
and
God.
He died and his career ended.
I mean...
And his life.
No. He came back to life. Like, he bled so much until he died, right?
Then they resuscitated him.
But in my head, I'm just like, you see, those are the things that put Kenyans off from help, right? Because you hear stories like this, and even like at a couple fighting in next door, Kenyans will tell you, I'm not involved. I'm not getting involved because I'll go and help. And then they'll turn?
They turn on me, yeah.
So that's part of the reason why Kenyans don't help. When you're asking that person who probably saw this person with blood, I'm sure they said, not my mom.
I think for me, if I hear noise coming out of my neighbors, I'd go. I'd go knock on the door, and I won't be by myself. Now I'll start making noise outside so that the whole bloody neighborhood
sees.
Notices that something is going on. The guards are there. We are all banging in and opening the door to try and find out what's going on. Because if I'm there by myself, something like that might happen. But if it's like half the estate,
that's true.
I went once to this couple that kept fighting next door. So how did I know they kept fighting? My sis is the one who told me this is what they usually do. So I was so furious because this is the first time I'm hearing this shit. I opened the door. I went there. Ding dong. There. Ding dong. Ding dong. Ding dong. Ding dong. Ping, 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 ping. The babe comes to the door. Unataka nini? I want it kozetu. And she was screaming, they'll tell you. Like, you can hear she's being banged around the house. Right? And she's the one who opened the door to tell me what the fuck I want. You think I'm watching that story there? I went to the watcher, I went to the caretaker. I'm like, listen, these niggas are not going to kill each other.
Bro,
and make me a witness.
Bro.
Either you kick them out or call the cops.
Okay.
So now I was down with the Mtiaji neighbor.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what happened in those apartments. A month after I moved, some babe was found with her child dead in the house. The kid had died 4 days. 4 days. Jehovah Witness.
What?
Didn't take the kid to see the kid was sick. I think alikuwa na diarrhea or something like that. A 12-year-old, 13-year-old, he was in school like a class 6, class 7. She stayed with the body in the house for 4 days. Right?
Before telling anyone?
These neighbors, they can see the kid is not coming out, not going to school, nothing. Right? And so finally is when the cops came because the smell had started. Right?
She couldn't even take him to a mortuary because...
So you see neighbors. You see, you know, hata next door anajua, hey, na mtoi wa nani ya, kwani alienda api? You know the kid lives here na anaishi na mama yake. And it's a school day. Where could the kid have gone? The kid is dead in the house.
Jesus Christ.
The mom didn't take it. She was taken to Ndani. Right?
It's always painful. It's always painful, especially if now it starts to rob a kid. Because there's a video I saw. I don't know if we should get into it, but there's a video I saw of a baby. The mom was killing the child.
You saw the video of the mom killing.
Yeah, and then the neighbors were even trying to like break open the window.
I saw that one. She was insane.
Yeah,
it was in Kenya.
Yeah, it was in Kenya. It was in Syokimau. She was
even trying to eat the baby or something like that.
Constantly stabbing the baby.
Stop
As
it.
in,
Yeah.
No, that's too much.
No, she was
painful.
But I think that's postpartum as well.
Yeah, that was a situation where the whole neighborhood was trying to help, but they couldn't get access because she locked herself in the house. They could just see through the window. So they managed to break open the door.
And she was eating.
But it was too late. Yeah.
She was eating the kid as well. Guys, that's not normal. Like this is probably like postpartum. And I've had such horror stories about postpartum depression. Like such horror stories. Like you think that you'll give birth and then you're saying, bundle of joy. Just like, fuck out of here, you fucking basketball. Right? And so there are even stories you hear a mom is telling you, please just take this child because I'll strangle it. Right?
Yeah.
And she's just a normal babe. She's just like...
Yeah, she's never had like any
this
mental
kid
issues.
Is, yeah, so now... And we leave a lot of single moms by themselves. I always say, if you have a single parent and you're an adult, please just love that person. Because there are so many times if they sit with you, they'll tell you they wanted to end your life. Yeah. For various reasons.
Yeah, and then
mothers who are married.
Yeah, and then apparently, since now I am I don't know, victim, whatever... When you have thyroidism, like I've talked about it a lot on my page. You see this thing that's fraying on my neck.
Which thing?
Here, I've been on medication and everything, so now it's under control. And the reason I even learned about this is because there's a friend of a friend who she didn't know she had thyroidism. It's this thing where this thing on your neck, it controls your metabolism, it controls your hormones. It's like, there's a time like I had blown up like in 2022. It was affecting my metabolism. I think I had like 10 kgs in like 2 months. Anyway, so that thing in your neck can also affect you very badly after you give birth, because now you have hormonal imbalance because of your thyroidism, and on top of that you have postpartum. Even her, she told us when she went to get checked, she went to get herself checked because she literally like threw her baby. Like luckily she threw it on the mattress and the husband was there, and the husband was like, hey, see, we take you to a mental clinic. They went, they diagnosed her with depression, they diagnosed her with what? They gave her like a bunch of things before one time she actually went to a specialist, not even a specialist, a psychiatrist or whatever, and they told them, have you ever been tested for thyroidism? She was like, no, what's that? She was like, how can something in my neck affect my hormones? So if you're expecting mother or like whatever, and you have these things in your family, because mine is hereditary, you need to get it checked. Because she actually thought she was losing her mind. Before that, she was okay. And before having a kid, everything was okay. Like she was okay. And she went and she got misdiagnosed for like almost a year.
And that's why guys usually, they blame, like since you're a kid, they're just telling you, usivuta bangi utachizi.
Imagine. Yeah. So
bangi.
It's good to be aware of these things, because me, as soon as I found out.
I got.
Yeah.
You can cheesy.
Yeah, imagine you can cheesy and it has nothing to do with like your mental health.
And somebody's telling me I shouldn't go and
Vuta bangi.
Vuta bangi, my friend, Vuta bangi. Hey, but these bodies of ours.
I'm telling you. That's so
guys, so we say no to sleepovers.
Yeah.
Because we clearly haven't come up with a solution. Maybe you can hit us up in the comment section and tell us how you're navigating these streets of dating. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, at some point, you're going to want to go be intimate or be private with this person that you've met. Maybe even if, because, demons can hide even for 9 months. You're thinking... hey, this one we'll unpack on another show.
Yeah.
I don't know whether marrying Jungus is the way.
Why?
Why?
What happened?
Forget the knobs. The knobs have kubalid. Like, things can happen, right? That one, not my things. Enough things gonna happen. That's why maybe that's why they like head. I always wonder why Africans are not into head.
Oh, it's because they have to compensate.
They have all the exact. Anyway, forget. Moving on.
To make it exciting. Nah,
moving on.
Don't work.
Sasa. I think it's Lynn's channel. I saw this babe saying how she married this Jungu, and then they moved together and they got kids, and then one day she finds a video of her naked child.
Stop.
He's been recording videos and photos.
Wait, what?
Of his child.
His own child?
Yes. Like, she found out now he was a pedophile. So now when she's researched, she found he had many more. But now the one that made her mind blow was his own kid. He had been recording her videos of her showering. He had been recording video, and doing stuff.
So he's in the criminal system.
Now he is. Now he definitely is.
Oh, me, I thought he was a pedophile from like Uko, and then he came here.
I mean, this is not something you learn once you have kids. It's just, you're just petty. You're petty material forever. So the money is petty.
That's funny.
A man of petty.
Why do I have to?
That's
why?
Yeah. So, like, again,
Did she kill him?
As in, even as she's telling the story to me, I'm just like, how is this babe not a murderer?
Yeah, for real. Is he dead?
There be 2 felonies up in that
I
bitch.
swear, God.
Right? But Carrie, like, honestly,
Guy.
it's me, I feel like guys have an easier time meeting babes.
Yeah.
Because I mean the psychoest thing a babe would do, maybe smash your TV. Imagine this babe smash
And
my
us,
TV.
we are very honest about it from the jump.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
See.
Like,
you
I'm
for cheating
crazy.
and reading your messages and just maybe stealing your M-Pesa or some stuff like that. But a guy can steal your actual mind.
Aki.
And like now you're just like, can you believe what this guy? Even those ones you leave the relationship and you don't tell anybody. Because I know
for
that there
real,
are
'cause
many other women who probably left a marriage. Like you're wondering why is your mom not with your dad?
Yeah.
Because she found out your dad
Guy.
is a pig.
Me, I can't kill
He was
someone.
fondling you when you were a kid. That's why she decided to part ways with that guy, right? What the fuck?
I think
but women will also do some crazy things.
not to defend at you one gender, but I think it works both ways. Where like it's all in the person. If like there's people who are just evil, and would probably just do insane shit like that guy, as it's uncalled for. I can't even imagine.
Just what would you do?
I would
But
do.
It's too late.
No, but he'd still die.
You have kids with this person.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
The gene is in.
Guy.
Like hapa, huyu mmoja wao anaweza kuwa pia.
Imagine.
As in, let me tell you, I don't even know. Like, like when, and that's why I'm thinking about these things. When I told you last week that this is something I want us to discuss, is because I know, like, even the people, our TA is like that age for you want to meet somebody, you want to go and have fun. Your friends have been told, oh my God, carry this lingerie. They're not telling you, carry this safety knife. Right?
And
here's
a gun
pepper spray in the event that shit hits the fan. Because me don't fuck with me. Me have a knife. I've even sliced myself. I almost killed myself the other day.
What do you mean?
It fell down and sliced me. And it's sharp. Like it's sharp, guys. Almost died. Anyway, I'm alive.
No, I'm scared.
Usiweke juu.
Yeah. The baby who cleans my house, she put it up there. So me, I was thinking, I just...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, I was told in Europe, speaking of crazy things women do, I was told in Europe, pedophile, I don't know if this was like back in the day before like there was like the sexual offenders list or whatever. They used to put, or rather someone who's been proven to be a pedophile, especially or a sexual offender, or especially a pedophile with kids, their clothes always used to be doused with cooking oil. Because apparently cooking oil doesn't come off clothes easily.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to take it like for 4, 5, 6 washes. Like normal cooking oil, sunflower oil. So their clothes used to be doused in cooking oil so that whenever they go somewhere, parents can smell that, oh, this is a pedophile.
But what about chefs? That's a chef mazi ametoka tu. Alikuwa tu amepika hapo machipo tu.
Right?
Alafu ameungua also on top of that.
All of your clothes in. So the reason he found this out is because...
Who was telling you this petty stuff?
Let me tell you. It's cause, let me tell you what happened to him. So, long story short, his girlfriend at the time thought that he was cheating on her, right? So, she woke up in the middle of the night and took a picture of him asleep, naked, sent it to his entire contact list, deleted his WhatsApp, his entire WhatsApp, doused his clothes in cooking oil and left. So he's going to the office. The next day, normal is like, hey, what happened to my WhatsApp? Did I uninstall it? He continues with life. He gets to the office. Everyone is like looking at him funny because he was in one of these UAE countries. So they know these things about cooking oil. So someone actually pulled him aside. Like, are you okay? Like, why do your clothes smell like cooking oil? I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then the boss now told him, yeah, where I come from, like your clothes are doused in cooking oil if you are a pedophile. So later is when now he later figures out, oh, where is Nani? So he probably thought she like left early or whatever. Kumbe, she was like, she thought he cheated on him, so she did all that stuff.
Okay.
That is...
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say...
Yeah. She puts the jam in one of his shoes.
This is a really
peanut
weird
butter
way
in the
to
other
break
one.
up with someone. Just ban these things or just move on with your goddamn life. Like,
so we also do some pretty crazy things.
Yeah, man.
But at least ours are never like physically harmful. You know what I mean?
As in, okay, guys, let me ask you, yeah? Like,
anyway. Would like stab you
so
or whatever.
clearly there needs to be, I think there's a gap for how do I put this? Like, you see the way LinkedIn side, there's people
find jobs
for employers to know about you and your previous employers, right? I think we need a LinkedIn
for
dating.
Yeah, so that I can be able to talk to your ex.
Exactly. And be like, is this guy okay in the head?
I think at some age...
How do you ward off salty exes?
It's okay. Even your salty boss in swear, I still need to put them there as a referee. Right?
Yeah, it's up to you to decipher what you want. Because even when you're going to look for hotels, see, they're bad ratings.
Yeah.
And they're good ratings.
And you still end up booking.
A 4.5 rating
is
not bad. Out of 5.
Out of 5 is not bad.
But if you have a 2.8, I mean, allow me to skip your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But yeah, I think that's what we need because
100%.
You're thinking of Mchele. There are people who will take you to an Airbnb to put drugs on you and so that they can watch you and then you can be helpless so they can do shagged up things to you. And then when you leave there, you're not even aware. You can't remember. Did something happen? And me, I know someone who's tried to work out something, who's worked out something in my drink.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It hit me later.
I've been done that.
I think this person was trying to, but then me, I'm a stallion.
What did you do? You ran?
Bro, no. I wasn't going down. I've been Mchele how many times? 4 times.
Stop joking.
Yes.
I ran.
4 times. They were cut for me, Mchele. What?
How do you feel when you're Mchele, guys?
You are, as in, you know.
I ran.
That this is not normal.
I had 1 beer. Actually, no, I hadn't finished my beer. Fika the club. Said what's up to people. I only knew one person there, and then like there's another group of new people. I live and name the place Apple outside Bacchus. And I was drinking a beer, and I just sipped just a little bit of it because after sipping, saying hi, let me say hi to those people over there. Left it on the table, and then after my second sip, I started feeling overly drunk.
Yeah.
Overly drunk to a point where I'm like, ain't no way. It's like this. Do you know my senses? I left the bill. I hadn't even paid.
Yeah.
I started running. I ran because I had parked the car like down the road inside the place where Wakanda is now.
Yeah.
Because the parking Aqua Blue.
Oh, there's a Wakanda there now.
Yeah, it's a parking that the one you pay for.
Yeah.
So I started running towards that place, and the way I was intoxicated, I'd run and fall down, run and fall down, run and fall down, run and fall down. When I got closer, the guards there was like, Nini mbaya. Now I'm like, I think I've been dragged. My car is over there. Here, lock me inside.
Yeah. Good. That's smart of you. But now you could have given a kajaka. They're just like,
no, they were in uniform. They were in uniform. Crazy.
But let me finish off with my one Mchele story. I think that was my first Mchele story. You remember the day the bed broke?
With the 7 people
I told you this episode.
With the 7 people.
What a good way to end. So, things come full circle. So that night, me and one of my housemates, who's currently now a politician, an elected member, we decided, he was like, yo, see we watch out this bash, we go check. And this is like at 4 a.m. We're like, we go queues.
Yeah, but youth.
Queues, we're like, we go queues. Yeah. I'm like, queues, we have a whole bash. But let's go. So we went to queues. I didn't carry a phone. I didn't carry nothing because I'm with my housemate, who's like my brother. Like
he got the keys.
Blood, right? So we went to queues. We choppered shots. Nini, we had a good time. No, we're already drunk. But like, this is youth. You remember like when you're in Cambas?
Exactly.
And you want a lot of alcohol. No?
What is that?
Yeah. So we had shots. Nini, we had a good time. I met one of the loves of my life there. And then left. So now this is how you know I was lit, right? If you know me, you know I don't like fries, right? I was not those persons for let's leave the car, go get fries.
Yeah.
Instead we're getting the cuckoo, which I won't even eat. But yeah. So he's like, says that I said, let's go to Tao to get chicken. Remember that time we live in Kile.
Yeah.
So like, let's pretend millennial. He's like, what? He's like, Sawa, we get to millennial. He's like, what size of kuku do you want? I'm like, whatever. I tell him whatever, right? So he goes in. We're parked outside Millennial. This is like now 6:15, 6:30 a.m., right? So he goes, he says it was like a 15-minute dash. He comes back. I'm not in the car, right? So he's back like, say, 6:30. Yeah. I'm not in the car. Yeah. Where am I? So he sat. You remember, he's also lit. So he sat in the moti. Waiting for you. He passed out. He woke up at 9.
Guy.
I'm not in the moti. So now my story starts at 7:15. Right? I just remember lifting my head like this. And I'm being asked, Madam, change. Yeah? Madam, fare. So I'm like,
you're in a
what
matatu?
The fuck you mean? Fair. I've never been in a matatu for like, at this point, like
in a minute.
A while. Yeah. So I'm like, sorry. But I can't keep my head. And me, I'm not those people for a drink.
Yeah, then you black out.
I'm not those people. So I'm there, I'm lifting my head. I'm like, sorry, what? I'm trying to look around and I can tell I'm in a jav. Then I'm like, Tao. The guy tells me, this thing not going to Tao. It's going to Dandora.
Guy.
So, yeah. So, and then I tried to lift my head. I'm like, please. So I'm touching my phone. I remember I don't have a phone. Oh, no. Remember, I didn't have a phone. I didn't have cash. I didn't have nothing. How I ended up in a jav in Dandora, I don't know. And I'm not, guys, you know me. I'm not someone who drinks and goes crazy. You know. Right? So, we get to so I pass out. I call somebody. So I asked someone for the phone. Guys, we're going to church. It was a Sunday morning. Guys, we're going to church. So I ask one of the house helps there. She gives me, Piggy, I'm to Ako. So I just remember the number. I call. Yeah. My friend, she asked me, we've been looking for you. Where the fuck are you? I'm like, I give the Makanga. The Makanga explains. So then they talk. They say, when you get from Dandora, bring her back to Nairobi. Yeah. They're like sailors. Yeah. So I go back to sleep. I wake up like maybe another 30 minutes later. I'm in an empty jav. You know, like when you get to no, I'm in an empty jav by myself, right?
In a line.
They're in a line. Guys, you know, like now when you get to the terminus and now you do number 15. Yeah. These guys didn't think of, let's take her to the first jav.
The first one. So
they left me in the jav. Like now they are going to take me to Tao.
When they are going back.
Yeah, and I think probably they tried to wake me up.
Oh no.
So, now this is how Kenyans operate. Nobody's trying to ask if I'm sick. They just think I'm drunk. And then I could hear people saying, because this was like 3 months after Big Brother. Or 2 months, exactly. So guys, I'm in that job and they're just like, who's the Big Brother? I'm even in the paper that morning. The Sunday paper. I'm in it, right? So anyway, fast forward, the jav is supposed to come back to... So I go to the first jav and I get into it, me now in my head. And I'm groggy, I can't even walk. Like, I'm just like clearing things. Like, nobody's helping me. I get to the front jav, I pass out, right? So I'm waking up, Madam, fair. So I'm like, Tao. I hear in the Tao in and all soaps.
Guy.
I don't even know what the fuck all soaps is. But then I remember all soaps because I was in USIU. Yeah. So I was like, I ask for a phone. I call, I'm like, we're going to All Soap. So they dash to All Soap. So when the jav had even watched me, I was standing at the stage, like passed out at like 9 in the morning.
Oh my God.
Passed out, like the sun is beating me. I don't even know how my legs are holding me, but I cannot be awake to save my life, right? And so I was taken to OC. Of course, I was drugged.
Oh my God.
They don't know how. They don't know where, right? So the guys there at Millennia, the stage, they say, the watchies there, they say a group of guys came and they chatted with me and it was like I knew them.
Guy.
And I followed them.
And that's probably where it happened. Like where
so I think and around that time there was a lot of stories of people were being taken to Dandora for their organs to be harvested. Exactly. And this also happened to another friend of mine, but hers now she was gotten from outside changes. She was getting into her car and someone came and said something to her and the next thing she woke up at Dandora dump site.
Jesus Christ.
Bro. And then guess what? She was dead because her pants were white, but it was her periods. Exactly. All over. So guys thought, so the people who found her thought it was a dead body.
So they just left it.
They just carjacked her. So they took the car, they dumped it there, and then they didn't do anything to her. Now they went to the police station. So these are things that were happening. Apo Dandora. So even me, I think they were going to harvest my organs, and they're just like, "Unule de mo Big Brother." I tell this story. I tell the story so that people know that these things happen. Yeah. And that's the first time. There are 3 other times. But the 3 other times were by people that I fucking know. Right?
Excuse me?
Yes.
Yeah. It's good to have trust issues.
Yeah. Yo, me. Trust. See condom.
I have trust issues.
Or just stay in a bubble like me, because me these stories are scaring
Gala
me.
bubble. Uta bubbly bubble.
Bubbly bubble.
Damn, that's scary.
Yeah.